Watch us live stream at twitch.tv/Inez27. Live stream times are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. And please support my eBay store by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on the icon, and purchasing some playsets and singles. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 M14 draft. We've got Jace's Mindseeker, who's pretty easily the first pick, I think. Plenty of other good cards in here, though. Blightcaster, good fun card to kind of build around. Doomblade, quite good. Voracious Worm Spore Mound, definitely playable. Same with Charging Griffin. And the rest is pretty lackluster, but take it or leave it. I like Mindseeker enough to slam it over the Doomblade, even though Doomblade is quite good. A lot of the people I've been talking to that draft M14 as much as I do, I've really been kind of saying blue is always the direction to go. I think Sam Black wrote an article on it. And a lot of people, I guess, forcing blue now, but I'm fine with first picking a Mindseeker. It's a really strong rare. Alright, what is the second pick? Apparently Divination is just the bomb. Everybody is loving that Divination. I kind of like Sea Kite because it's a creature plus a awesome blocker. Garrick's Horde, obviously a strong rare. Let's see. Also Quag Sickness in here, Master of Diversion. Plenty of good cards, Wall of Swords. I'm not opposed to taking the Sea Kite over the Divination. It is a 4-drop, and Divination's a 3-drop. So I could see the dilemma there, but I don't know. I think there's enough upside to Sea Kite to take it over the Divination. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Sea Kite is just really strong. You get to flash it in, block something, potentially kill it. You can potentially just get huge value out of Sea Kite, and it turns into a win con. I do like Divination a lot too, but I think we're going with the flyer on that one. Okay, so now the best picks remaining. We've got Deathgaze Cockatrice, Frost Breath, Marauding Maulhorn, Act of Treason, another Spore Mound. I could just take the Cockatrice here. It's a flyer, Death Toucher. I guess we did pass Quag Sickness and Doomblade, Blightcaster, so we already passed some good black cards, but third pick, Deathgaze Cockatrice, is not too shabby. I mean, also red-blue is a good strategy, so Marauding Maulhorn is pretty efficient beater. We might just go for blue-black Skies, though. I don't mind that strategy very much at all. You get good removal in black and blue. Let's take the Cockatrice. I don't actually know if Cockatrice or Maulhorn is better. It's a legitimate question there. Okay, so now we've got Illusionary Armor, Trollhide, Griffin Sentinel. That's about it. I'm fine with taking the Illusionary Armor. We'll cut blue a little bit more. Armor is certainly good on Flyers or Phantom Warriors. Anything with Hexproof, definitely good with it. We'll take the Armor. Okay, so now we're on to fifth pick. So we're seeing a Pacifism, we're seeing a Deadly Recluse, Oath of the Ancient Wood, Woodborne Behemoth. Pretty good sign, green and white are open. I would say a fifth pick Pacifism. Would I rather do blue-green or blue-white? I mean, blue-white Skies is probably a little bit more of a straightforward strategy. Blue-green gives you some interesting synergies with like Train Condor and Fatties, making them fly over and such. Blue-green doesn't give you the best removal. You get Death Touch in the form of Recluse and some Reach, but I think blue-white is maybe a little bit more the direction I want to go. Pacifism is certainly a strong card, so could be that white is potentially open. I guess we'll find out. Alright, now we can take Scroll Thief, we can take Quag Sickness, Corpse Hauler, Fire Shrieker as well. Fire Shrieker definitely good with the Flyers. Not so good with Illusionary Armor, but I'm fine with the Scroll Thief. I think Scroll Thief is a very strong card. I think Quag Sickness is quite good too in terms of removal, definitely. But I'm not sure if we're black yet, and if we're blue, which I would very much like to be. I mean, at this point, I almost want to force blue just because Mind Seeker is so strong. But Scroll Thief, I mean, is an excellent blue card, so let's just take that. Okay, well now we're seeing some more black picks again, I guess. So, guess we could take the death. There's no white remaining in this pack. Let's just take a second Death Gaze. It's definitely the strongest. Okay, now we can take the Trained Condor pretty happily. Not really passing too much otherwise, so that's good. And let's see. Alright, we can take a black pick here. You know, I actually kind of like Ring Flesh. Some people tend to have a little bit of an issue with it, but I don't know. I actually like it quite a bit. I think Ring Flesh is a good card. It's a combat trick at worst, and at best it kills something, so it's at least a good sideboard card. Alright. Relevant cards here. I guess we could continue down white in case black dries up even more. We did pass a lot of good black cards, so I guess that's why I was so surprised to see Death Gaze Cockatrice that late, since Cockatrice is at least what I thought was a pretty high on the picking order. But let's take the Wall of Swords here. Alright, we've got, what, a 5th to last pick Spore Mound? I guess can possibly direct towards that way. We're only in pack 1, so we're just sort of trying to establish where we're at. Coral Merfolk's playable. We'll take him. Okay, so I definitely like to be blue, and then the second direction that we're going is either black, which looks relevant right now with double Cockatrice, or white, which also looks relevant with the Pacifism and the Wall of Swords versus a couple Death Gaze Cockatrices. So we're going to have some decisions to make in the next couple packs here, but we'll get it figured out. Alright, well, we opened Liliana's Reaver, and that's definitely a reason to go deeper black, even if we were passing a lot of good black pack 1. I mean, Liliana's Reaver is... Yeah, I mean, we're getting pretty color intensive now, but we could possibly be heavier black. I mean, maybe my only regretful pick now is the Scroll Thief over the Quag Sickness, but I'm not, like, totally heartbroken about it. It's just, I think Quag Sickness at this point would have looked a little bit better. But yeah, we can easily slam a Liliana's Reaver. That's a very, very strong card. Anything else relevant in here? We've got Sea Kite and Disperse, both of which are good. But yep, let's just take a sweet Reaver. Okay, next pick. Let's see. Nothing too relevant in black. I guess we do have Mark of the Vampire. Banisher Priest certainly very strong, as is Predatory Sliver and Rumbling Baloth and Giant Spider. And I guess there was a 5th to last pick Spore Mound, so green could potentially be open. But then which color do I want to shift out of? Because now I kind of want to play black because of the Reaver. So if I'm playing black, I don't really want to shift into black-green. I still would like to make black-blue work. Unfortunately, there's nothing really relevant in blue in here. I mean, I really do want to make black-blue work, and I'm hoping I can make that work, but if I am planning to do that, I should probably take the Mark of the Vampire, which is actually perfectly fine. Mark is a strong card on any flyer. It can totally just flip a game out of nowhere, so I guess I'll take the Mark, but I mean, there's a lot of better cards in there, but let's try and make this whole black-blue thing work. Okay, now we can take Divination. And card draw looks really relevant now that we've got all this double black that we need to make work. Otherwise, Messenger Drake would be fine, but that would make us deeper blue. For now, it almost looks like I just want to make focus on black, and blue will just try and stick to single blue spells if possible. But I'll still play Messenger Drakes. It's just I would like to make the mana intensity as simple as possible. Burning Earth worth a couple tickets, but I think Divination looks right at home in this deck. Oh, wow. You know, I've heard some really good things about Colossal Whale, so I'm kind of tempted to pick that. Yes, it's a 7-drop, but I don't know. I've heard, I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but it seems really good. I mean, I guess it's a little bit more, it's like a more expensive Banisher Priest, but it also doubles as like a win con since it's such a huge beater. Otherwise, what else is good in here? Archaeomancer is fine. Disperse is certainly good. Let's hide the white. I'm gonna, like I said, I think I'm gonna try and make blue-black work if we can go down that path. So I would like to make the deck a little bit cheaper too, but I think I'm comfortable picking Colossal Whale. It's early enough. Okay, I can comfortably take Sensory Deprivation here. It looks like we don't have a lot going on early, and we have a very extensive mid to late game plan. So Sensory Deprivation actually looks right at home here. A lot of damage prevention potential here. All right, Scroll Thief over the Negate. I'm thinking Scroll Thief is a very important part of the strategy. Just getting that life gain. We've got the Condor now, so obviously some good synergy there. I do like Negate. Now that I've gotten a chance to play with it a little bit in stream. I don't know if I've actually made draft decks with it in these YouTube videos, but definitely have stream drafted it, and it's very useful card. So we'll take the Scroll Thief for now. I guess we can take a second Illusionary Armor. It's not super likely we're playing it. I have heard Mind Rot is kind of a hot card to play. We've already got a couple auras. I don't know if I necessarily need a second Illusionary Armor. It seems a bit unnecessary, but I mean it is a powerful card. It's not super likely I'm main decking Mind Rot. I guess we can take an Illusionary Armor. We could very well end up with some more flyers. It's certainly strong on a Scroll Thief, so... Okay, now we can take a Coral Merfolk, who's perfectly fine. Nothing special, but like I said, we need more cheap spells, so this works. Let's see, Sliver Construct, Vile Rebirth. Let's just take a Millstone. Not that I'm going to play it, but it's possible. For now, we've got 17 pretty playable cards. This deck is currently very short on removal, but we've got some Death Touchers, and we've got some stuff that eats their guys. Jace's Mind Seeker can potentially steal their removal and use it against their own guys, so we do have some options. We still have Sensory Deprivation, Ring Flesh. Not the end of the world. I think we can actually take Shimmering Grotto and run it in here since we're so deep into black, and we're going to need the double blue later. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten a chance to play with it too much, but I do actually think Shimmering Grotto can be made useful in this deck. I guess now of these, the most obnoxious is probably the Show. I guess Capation Knight is actually pretty good against our Cockatrices. So that could be the most annoying against us. We have some 2/1s as well. Have yet to play Glimpse the Future, but we're going to cut it, just cut some blue. Cutting more blue. And you can play a Cyclops Tyrant. We are not in red. Alright. So it does look like we are getting cut on the black, but I think that's okay. At least, I think it's because of pack 1. I was passing all the good black. There is a chance now that we're going to get hooked up with black from the third pack, but we'll see. Ooh, Archangel of Thune. Well, that's fortunate for us because it's worth a bunch of tickets. Unfortunate because we're not going to play it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess I do have a fair amount of white cards. Who knows? Maybe we end up pack 3 audibling into white. I guess it's, it's actually not out of the realm of reason. And we just sort of dip out of black gracefully. I think at this point I'd still we're most committed to blue, so that makes sense. But we could opt out of black and still be okay. So we'll keep that in mind, because I mean Archangel of Thune is just it's a game breaker. It's just unfair how good it is. It really is unfair. Okay, so no blue picks, surprisingly. Do we want to go into, if we want to make white work, perhaps the Dawnstrike Paladin. Certainly good with Illusionary Armor. If we want to make the black work, maybe just a Festering Newt, which isn't the most exciting pick anyway. Suntail Hawk flies. Also wears Illusionary Armor well. Options. I'm okay with Dawnstrike Paladin. Like I said, it's very strong with Illusionary Armor. Comes, what, a 6/6? Or a 6/8? That's huge. 6/8 lifelink vigilance. It's a tough guy to kill. Alright, let's take the Paladin with double armor. I guess that makes sense. We're going to take the Trained Condor now, the double Scroll Thief. I do love how that's just in one color, the whole Condor Scroll Thief synergy. I really like that a lot. Otherwise, Angelic Accord, definitely sweet with Archangel of Thune, but, and I mean, Gnawing Zombie, Bogbrew Witch, certainly cool as well, but let's go for the Condor here. Let's make our blue, maybe we opt into blue-white now that we've got the Archangel. I think that's, because we still have the pacifism from earlier, too. I guess I'd rather play an Archangel than a Liliana's Reaver, and that's really what the question is. Would you rather play one or the other? And I think I would rather make the Archangel work. As good as Liliana's Reaver is, I think Archangel is actually just better. So let's try and opt into white here and realistically look at where we're at. This is 20 cards, not including the Shimmering Grotto. So we can take the Griffin Sentinel here or a second Wall of Swords. You know, Wall of Swords is not out of the question since we've got such a good late game plan. And we look like we have a little bit of space in the 4-drop slot. So why don't we do that? We could also do Sensory Deprivation. That's a great way to buy time as well. But I feel like Wall of Swords potentially does more. I'm going to take the Wall. I feel like I said, we've got Whale, Mindseeker, and Archangel. So our in-game plan, we can really just play lockdown Survivor mode. And if we win, we pretty much win if we make it to the late game. So let's take another wall here. Yes, it seems like a Wall of Swords because a lot of Wall of Swords because it is, but I think that, like I said, I really think this plan's going to work. So let's take a second Divination. We got to find our bombs now. I'll take it over a second Capation Knight. Okay, we can take the Time Ebb. Time Ebb tends to work a lot better in a tempo-oriented deck. But it also just randomly takes care of auras, and we do look a little removal light. And there's not much else in here. Fortify, not that exciting in the deck. So, okay, Time Ebb it is. Alright, we'll take the Negate, absolutely. I think we probably end up main decking it too. I really think that's a valuable spell, especially when you're running as many bombs as we are. Here we'll take the Wall of Frost. Once again, just another time-buying spell. Not playing Glimpse. Probably not playing Angelic Wall. I could get away with just playing Wall of Frost instead. We do have to make some more cuts, but we don't have to run 3 Wall of Swords. We could probably run 2. We don't have to run both Coral Merfolk now. So, very unusual that I opt into a second or a completely different color in pack 3, but I would say the circumstances warranted it opening the Archangel of Thune. Maybe I should have kept my eyes open. I think I was like disregarding Soul Menders now, and I shouldn't have been because I have the Archangel. So if I pass any of those, that may have been a mistake, but well, who knows? It looks like we got rewarded for it anyway. I may just want the Sensory Deprivation instead. I mean, the thing is, Soul Mender is amazing with Archangel of Thune, but it's not like Archangel's not insane on its own anyway. Let's take the Sensory Deprivation. I know it seems strange, but these I think actually buy us more time. Instead of getting synergies for our Archangel of Thune, Archangel of Thune doesn't need synergies to win. It just needs to resolve and not get killed. So I really think that's why I picked this Sensory Deprivation, because that's just going to much more easily buy us the time that we need to get our fatties online and win. Possibly don't even need the 2 Illusionary Armors. Illusionary Armor tends to not work that well with Trained Condor, unless you put it on the Trained Condor, because anything you target with the Trained Condor is going to make you lose the armor. Makes sense. Let's put in the Deprivations for now, the Negates. Let's put in everything that we probably could play, and just get a better gauge a little bit better here where we're going to be at. Okay, so this is 26, 17 creatures. Coral Merfolk, in this deck, I'd probably rather just play the Sensory Deprivations. Coral Merfolk tend to not be that insane. Let's cut an Illusionary Armor. So this would be 15 creatures, 4 of which are walls. I guess that's a little bit awkward, but Double Divination, I think, actually makes that fine. We've got the Negate, we've got a Pacifism, so we're a little bit short on removal. The good news is that the removal we have is fine, and this deck is not short on fatties. So our plan is to survive till late game. This is definitely like a stall and survive deck, which is it's a totally legitimate strategy in my opinion. When you've got this much late game that we do, as much late game as we do, I really think this strategy could work. A wee bit color intensive, but nothing that I think a Shimmering Grotto on a decent mana base can't handle. It does look like we're primarily blue, but I think because we need the double white, it's probably going to be close. We're definitely more blue though. Yeah, like I said, I'm totally not opposed to the double sensory deprivation in this build in particular, just because we've got such good stall elements and good card draw. So, do we want to play the Angelic Wall? Possibly not. How about we cut the Angelic Wall and we'll put the let's put the Coral Merfolk in its place, only because the Coral Merfolk actually trades with something or can beat in early. So I mean, it's not like I'm a huge proponent of Coral Merfolk, but at the same time, I'm totally not a huge proponent of Angelic Wall. So I think 4 walls is where I'm going to kind of draw the line. I mean, alternatively, I could cut one of the Wall of Swords and put in a second Coral Merfolk, which isn't the worst. But like I said, I really do think Wall of Swords is just a great stall card. Really exactly what this strategy wants. So, I mean, alternatively, I could cut the Illusionary Armor because it seems a little bit unnecessary. But I do feel like this card could potentially flip some boards for us. So significantly more blue than white. However, we do need double white. If we put in the Shimmering Grotto, let's see what they suggest. They want to do 6 and 10. So that would be like 11 blue sources, 7 white sources. Why don't we do like this? So this is like 10 blue sources, 8 white sources. We have only 3 spells that require double blue and 2 spells that require double white. This mana base makes sense to me. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think this could definitely win. It's just a matter of, can we resolve our in-game? Are we going to see them at the right time? Do we have enough stall elements? A lot of questions, but yeah, I really like this deck. So I'd rate it, just based on the fatties alone and the Archangel of Thune, it's probably about a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. So I will see you round 1.